Thank you to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to Xavier Zamora, Velmer Brockovich, WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Murad Shaker, Victor Vegas, and SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. You can join that for as little as $1 a month. There is a link down in the description below. Also, thank you to my YouTube members. You can click the join button down below this video if you'd like to show your support there. Please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. Some very interesting stuff that's going on here for SafeMoon's volume. This is being identified over with the BitForex exchange. I've got a series of bits of information I want to share with you. So first off, according to CoinMarketCap, they're displaying for the volume in the last 24 hours, reportedly for SafeMoon, $102 million. Why is this going up so much? What do we have going on at the moment? Well, we are in the final stages for that upgrade launch for the SafeMoon swap, which will allow for cross-chain functionality and liquidity that's all being associated with that. We've been seeing more reports recently of things taking place there. So very well, I think that that could be correlated. But when we're talking about BitForex, that's where things start to get a little bit more questionable. And if you guys have theories on this, by all means, feel free to tell us in the comments down below. But, first off, volume 24 hours has surpassed 100 million USD, according to CoinMarketCap, 99.8 million taking place on the BitForex exchange. So the majority of it taking place, right? Roughly, 95 to 98% or so of that entire supply. Very unusual for sure. SafeMoon trading volume over 50 million USD, CoinMarketCap glitch that was reported before. And so nearly doubling in that value definitely seems highly unusual, especially for one single cryptocurrency on one exchange that isn't even necessarily the biggest exchange, right? So just very bizarre, especially when we're not seeing a whole bunch of daily trading volume on other platforms, like as being identified right here. SafeMoon Warrior pointing out from BitForex exchange. Look in comparison to some of the others. XT.com, $1,300 worth. BitTurk, not even $900 worth. LBank, $1.7 million worth. Whitebit, $3,723 worth. Right? What's going on with BitForex? So let's actually go ahead and take a look at BitForex. Some people are saying like, oh, it's not a glitch. Like, go look over at BitForex's website. Okay, well, I am on BitForex's website. We are looking at this on the 4-hourly time frame. Let me go ahead and swap over to the day. So if we look down here on the bottom, this section, that is the volume. These are the actual price action movements, and then this is the volume. We could see that for the last day, a massive spike up in volume. So according to its own platform, it is suggesting that there was a very high increase on the day for volume. Now let's go ahead and go over to the 4-hour time frame. Now what's interesting is all of a sudden that green candle shifts over to a red. Let me go ahead and go back here to the day. You guys can see very, very thin body. What that means is that over the course of the day, after all the volatility, the price closed out just slightly higher, just barely higher than where it was before. But it did close out in the green. So as it is right now, as of the time of making this video, it suggests that we are up 7.14%. That's in comparison, well, now 3.01%, now 11.28%, now 3.01%. You get the point, right? So it takes very little activity to actually have big percentage changes, at least in that regard. Now, but when we're talking about volume, let's go ahead and focus on this element here again. We look at this candle, we can see very large candle. It is in the green, but it just barely closed out in the green. So where was that activity? Back to the 4-hour time frame here, okay? So on the 4-hour time frame, if we go over here to the previous day candles, we can see that there is a substantial increase within this time frame from the 8 on the March 30th date starts to increase a little bit more, but then we really see it pick up here on the 20 for March 30th, and that is a red candle, right? That is a huge red candle, suggesting a lot of sell pressure. In fact, it dropped all the way down here to 94.84 before pulling back up to 10.378. Same thing, next candle, even bigger of a volume candle, and a little bit smaller of a range, so there was some buying pressure activity that was coming in as well. What does that mean, guys? That means that there very well could have been some high-level trading I kind of suspect more than likely than not that this was some weird kind of glitch. But if it did take place, why was there so much selling pressure and buying pressure happening all within a very short period of time and just kind of out of the blue? What was the motivator? Why was it with BitForex of all exchanges? Were they testing something? Why would they be testing something with, $50 million worth at a time of doing something of a trade like this? Right? If you're going to be running a test on something, you don't throw around $50 million. You run tests on pennies. You can do that, right? You can run tests on maybe a couple $1,000s worth, maybe 10 grand, something like that if you're really trying to see as it scales up. But to just all of a sudden yeet $50 million at something, it doesn't really add up, right? It doesn't really make sense. And who would be on standby if you're going to be selling, let's say, $50 million worth and the other person's going to buy it straight up? Sure, swap isn't readily available. Maybe they needed some sort of platform. This could have been some sort of coordinated thing. Typically, those sort of circumstances are handled over the counter. So for this to be directly through an exchange would be, frankly, very surprising to me. In the end, it just leaves a whole bunch of questions. I wish that I had a totally clear answer for you guys. And if you came to this video hoping to get that, maybe we can get that in the comments. So I'm hoping that as I talk about SafeMoon all the time, I do what I can for my research. I point out the things that I can see at least. Maybe that can spark some other things. In the end, we are a community together. I did do what research I could. I hope that this provides something of substance for you guys, or at the very least you found it entertaining. So if anyone has any thoughts on this, please let us know in the comments down below. I'm really curious about the answer on this as well. And I do have referral links in the description if you want to get free crypto, free stock. If you want to protect your crypto, you can use a cold storage wallet. And if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe. Hit the thumbs up like button. It does help us out with the YouTube search algorithm. Click the bell icon. God bless. Don't forget, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. God bless. I will see you in the next episode.